Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of my new Let's Play series. This is Scoots42. I've not done a whole lot. I basically just kind of set up a furnace and I dug out all the little coal over here. Actually, additions is a thing in this, so we're using some of the tiny coal from Actually Additions. I think I've got a waypoint set over here. I do. So one of the first things I wanted to do, hopefully we won't run into any trouble over here. And of course the first thing I do is run into trouble. We'll worry about patching that up later. Let's get over here and finish getting the rest of this iron. It's quite a little stash of iron over here. I was kind of surprised. I'm not sure exactly what mod is responsible for these little outcroppings of these stone formations, but definitely not going to complain about it. So I may not need to go mining for quite a little while. I did want to kind of check this little thing out over here as well, since we've got some daylight. And Tinkers is a thing in this, so I'm definitely going to be wanting to collect some sand and gravel and clay. But this thing looked really curious to me, so I wanted to see if there was a way to get in here. Was I in here already, or no? It looks really interesting. It's a bunch of furnaces. See if there's anything useful up here. Some more crafting tables. Beds. Ooh, what's that? Look at that. Not the best armor in the world, but I'll take it. I'll take the bow and some arrows. Let's go ahead and take the clock, and I will definitely trade that wooden sword for this iron sword. Let's go ahead and armor up. But the only armor I need now is just some leggings. Alright, so that, not too bad of a haul for the beginning. I always love it, after you've been playing and you got yourself pretty well established, then you run into that stuff. So I'll take it at the beginning stages of the game for sure. Is there anything useful in here? Not really. Wood planks. Seems like it's going to be pretty interesting. Is it hops? Interesting. I think I've already visited most of the places over here. Let's see, fermenting barrel. And I'm thinking, see if I can. Yeah, I sure can. What is that? Lamp controller. Some of that stuff for sure. Now this stuff, it looks like you can take it, and I'll go ahead and show you guys. The block shattered as you tried to break it. Maybe it wasn't sturdy enough to be broken. So that's what happens when you try to hijack this stuff. I will take the block of coal, and what I'll probably do, instead of trying to hijack this stuff, like in the normal sense, is there anything in here? Void crystal, iron casing, wood casing, drill core, that'll be handy really later. Can I take this? Yes. Awesome, so I've got some pretty decent stuff already. That's weird. I've never seen the wooden button on Atomic Reconstructor before, so that was kind of new. What do you trade? White wool will give me an emerald. Emeralds for shears, really? I don't know how good of a deal that is. Definitely looks like this may as well be a whole new, different kind of Minecraft. I mean, there's still villages, sure, but I've never really seen a village quite like this one. Anything here? Not really. At least the villagers are still questioning everything. Already looking there? Yeah, I already looked in those. Wow, what kind of wood is this? Craziness. Crazy, crazy. So I'm thinking it might be a good idea. It looks like we're maybe starting to lose daylight. So let's head back over to our little hole in the wall. We have plenty of food, so the sheep are going to live for now. Funny, I took care of those sheep earlier because I thought I was going to need to make a bed, and then I, of course, stumbled across a bed in the village. Let's see, maybe I'll start gathering up some gravel while it's here. A shovel probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go make a shovel real quick, and then we'll try to start getting into the tinkers. I think is probably a good idea. See how our food's doing. We're getting there. Lots of iron golems. Pretty cool. At least they're on my side. Let's get some food going. Let's eat a little bit of food after we clear some of this stuff up, I think. Yeah, let's put that up for now. What did I do with that lamp? Did I not get the lamp? Oh, there it is, right there in front of me. Now, do I need a lamp controller for that? I don't think I do. I'm not really sure why they had one. Let's just, let's see if we can't pop it in right over here somewhere. Well, maybe you do need a lamp controller. Let's see. Lamp controller. Interesting. Oh, what if I put you over here? There we go. Cool. Not the fanciest lamp in the world, but I think that'll... I did. Cool. Well, I should be pretty safe in here. Let's see what else we can get done. Let's see, I wanted to make a shovel. You know what? Let's look at this recipe book. Now, can I look at the recipe book? can't. So let's see. This is all pretty new to me. I think this is showing me the things I can make. Oh, that is neat. Maybe it's because I just don't have the stuff on me. I was just kind of curious to see. I wonder if now that I've... Did I put that stuff in my inventory? Let's put the stuff in the inventory for a second. And let's see... Wow. Okay. So it doesn't want to show me how to make a shovel over there. We might come back to that in a little while. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a shovel crafted. Did hear an Enderman. Probably a bad idea for me to go after him, but honestly, I cannot resist the temptation of getting an Ender Pearl, so... Yep, saw that coming. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I can't. There's monsters nearby, of course. How about now? Well... Am I going to get him? Nope. I'll probably get him on this next one, though. There we go. Oh, I got him. Good deal. And I got an Ender Pearl. Sweet. Now, of course, one Ender Pearl at this stage of the game probably isn't incredibly useful, but hey, I've got an Ender Pearl. I only had to die 3 times to get it, so I may actually end up framing that Ender Pearl. Let's see here. What is that? Hops. Cool. Picked up some grass blocks. Now I've got my shovel. I picked up some fairly useful items. So that's kind of neat with the crafting book. Kind of liking how that's working. Let's go ahead and get rid of these death points while I'm thinking about it. And then I think the smart thing to do is going to be to try to get tinkers rolling. So let's see if we can't find a decent body of water here somewhere. As been my experience that most of our sand and gravel and clay we're probably going to find near water. Thought that was some kind of an Enderman pig there. Don't want to get too crazy, but we are going to need a good amount of all three of those items, sand, gravel, and clay. Hopefully, is that clay? Do wish it was a little closer to the... Maybe I can... Yeah, because see, once I get under the water here, digging that stuff up is going to take a little while. Does this work? Yeah, it's just good. Oh, right. Well, that'll let me get a fair amount of this clay pretty quick, I think. Also feel like I got pretty lucky because I normally do not find all three of these items this close together until well after I don't need them. Salt, huh? For mechanism. Hopefully, this won't take too long. That's more salt. A little salt. Got a stack of clay already. We'll probably need about 2.5 stacks of all of these things. We'll need a little bit more gravel, and then hopefully there's some sand over here. Of course, I may have mistaken it. That may be salt. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'm thinking this is sand right over here. Yep, sure is. So hopefully our first tinker items won't be that far off. Because, you know, honestly, the tinkers is one of the main reasons that I generally don't play around with vanilla Minecraft a whole lot. Because these vanilla tools, they just don't last very long. You know, even the good ones. Oh, that's interesting. Part of me wants to cover that lava up, but I'm also thinking it might be a good idea to let it hang out there, because that's looking like a pretty simple way to get lava right off the bat. Probably only a bucket's worth, but now, I am loving these outcrops with the iron, especially since my beginning tinker tools are probably going to be iron. I'm going to try to hold off on making a bucket, mainly because I'd like to be able to find a way to double my ores, but I don't see how I'm going to be able to do that without cooking up a little bit of it. I think I did find one piece of iron. I think this might be a smart thing to do. Yeah. It's so much quicker, you know, to get this stuff when you're out of the water. Let's do that move. Yeah. A couple stacks of each of these items I think will do us pretty good. I don't really like hijacking stuff from the villages if I don't have to. Like I said, you know, these packs that I haven't played before, when I don't really know what to expect as far as you know, concentration of resources, that is when you'll see me, you know, just hijack stuff. The beehive underwater. Not really sure that that's the best plan of action for the bees, but I'm not going to complain about it. I think we'll just gather up as much of the sand and gravel and clay as we can until the shovel breaks, and then we'll head on back and cook up what we can. Figure out what we can do with what we got here. Right. Let's head back. There are lots and lots of plants. Poppies. What is that? Bluets. Sunflowers. Golems. Those golems kind of scare me a little bit, for being totally honest. There's some iron. Let's go ahead and grab it. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to cook up at least one of these iron ores. I really don't want to, but I'm not really sure that there's going to be a way for me to double any ores without getting the smeltery up and running. And that's going to need at least 1 bucket's worth of lava to get it going. Just kind of looking around too. I'm hoping that maybe. Oh, there's my. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, cool. Iron Golem took care of that. That's awesome. So maybe this is a little bit better of a place to start than I was even thinking. Cool. So hopefully I've got just, oh, that's right, a room. So let's dig this out a little bit. I'm kind of hoping I've got enough. I think we had enough fun with this. I'm probably going to go ahead and just move that. Put that in there. Probably see if I can stick this up here, perhaps. So I do need gold, apparently. I'm going to get that. Don't know. I do have kind of an idea, I guess. How about that? There we go. Sweet. Now, and I I may still go back over to that village and hijack some more cobblestone, but I think I've got enough for now. I think we'll move this guy over here. And let's see about some grout. I'm not sure, I never was sure which is the better way to go on this. I'm thinking that, you know, it's probably best to go this route and do it like that. There we go. And let's see if I've got enough coal here. I think I do. That should give me a whole stack of grout. Maybe take a nap. Yeah, so that's good. So let's, while that's cooking up, let's see, let's get that put away. Let's go ahead and clear a bunch of stuff out. It's probably time. I don't really want that in there. Probably time to try to find a little more coal. But I'm trying to preserve that pick. And I really don't want to go back to using wood or try to do a stone. Once you get that iron, it's kind of hard to go back. Let's see here. It's over this way. Ooh, defiled grass. I'm kind of worried that this stuff is going to spread kind of like that tainted earth. What's that over there? Oh, I thought there was a creeper walking on the water. It's like hats are a thing in this, apparently. I thought from over there it looked like it was astral sorcery, but those do not appear to be astral sorcery blocks. So I'm a little curious as to what this might be. Okay, well, I don't know that I'm going to need that, but is there a way for me to actually get up there? I'll take all of these things. What's this? Take that. I haven't seen any chocobos yet, but doesn't mean that we won't. Is there any way in there? Doesn't really look like it. Alright. It's like all my practice with the bow is finally starting to pay off. What is this? Conjuring altar. Defiled lands. Sounds of the iron golems. All these new sounds I've got to get used to. I knew that iron golems were a thing, but I'd never messed with them a whole lot. Really curious about this little area over here, though. We got aluminum, 10. Craft. What we got here? Emerald pickaxe. I'll take that. It's like bees are a thing in this, apparently. Really curious as to what that is. Maybe, do I have any kind of blocks at all? Not really. What is that? Environmental accumulator from Evilcraft. Well, I'm thinking I'm probably going to leave that alone for now because I don't know anything about that. Really interesting, though. What I am also doing, though, is I'm kind of looking... What's that? Interesting. Bit more of that. Got it, yeah. I got a feeling that tainted grass or whatever it was, I'm not really sure what it was. I don't remember exactly what they called it. But that tainted stuff kind of reminds me of the tainted earth from Thaumcraft. So I'm thinking that I'm probably not going to want to build really close to there because I'm thinking that stuff is actually going to end up encroaching on my, if I try to build over there. I think we're going to be okay for the time being. I don't think we need to worry about moving right this second, but it is something that I think we need to keep in mind. We're probably going to need to move at some point. I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll try to remember, where this stuff is, so I can determine if it is starting to encroach. Yeah, this stuff over here. There's defiled grass. Does it hurt? I don't think it's actually hurting me. But it does have the appearance of spreading. So I don't think I'm going to want to stay over here for long. It's over there. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to want to stay right over here for too terrible long. See how our grout's doing. So what I'll probably do is, well, we are getting there though. I'm thinking what we'll probably do is stay here long enough to get enough material together for a decent smeltery. Start putting some of this stuff up. And then once, I got some more coal. Once I've got enough, we'll probably start looking really hard for a new place to stay. So I don't want to get too carried away. Cool. So we did, at least we've got some grout cooking up, and I think a stack of bricks might be enough for me to get a small smeltery together. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode here today. And when we come back next time, if I haven't found a place between episodes, I'll probably try to start looking for a new place. So I hope you guys are kind of liking the new series here. I know I'm having a lot of fun so far. I know I didn't die nearly as much in this episode. I promise I'll try to die more often in the future. So bear with me on that front. I do want to thank you guys for stopping by today, and take care.